Hello everyone, this is Midas from Team Snack, your own personal low-quality Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Now, my apologies that this video came out so late. I've been planning to upload this video for a while, but never got around to it because, well, I got sick. I've been sick for almost the entire week, still am pretty sick, so that's why I look the way I do. My apologies for that. But this video is actually a pretty special one. It's about probably my strongest deck. I'm going to be profiling my strongest deck. I took it to a monthly tournament at my locals last week and took 4th place. Yes, 4th place. Quite surprising for me. It started out pretty alright, then it went kind of downhill, and then I suddenly made a heroic comeback. And with that I can say, how could I ever have thought anything else of this deck? This deck has been through me too freaking thin. So, sorry I ever doubted it. But now I'm about to profile it for you guys. As for the context of what happened at this tournament, basically were 5 rounds. I won the first round against Maritz's Frog. I lost the second round to Cyber Dragons. Seriously, you guys, I don't know what other people say, but Cyber Dragons are evil. What? Evil? Then I lost the third round to Magical Musket. As for Magical Muskets, yes, evil, absolutely evil. What? Then I made a comeback with a very nasty out against Red Eyes Guard Dragon, and finally I won my final round against Lunalite Orca. So I did pretty well with this deck. Now I do know that this deck has topped YCS London, or has been one of the top spots, but my deck is completely different from that because I didn't know that that deck profile was out there. So my deck is completely, well, different in variance for what it is. It will probably be upgraded in time because that's just how Yu-Gi-Oh works. But for now, this is Shaddoll Dinosaur for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy, and well, let's get right into it. We are here at the profile table with, of course, my beloved dinosaurs. Dinosaurs and I go way back. We've had a long history together, and I've played many different variants. True King dinosaurs, Lost World dinosaurs, and one of the days there will be a Dino Wrestler dinosaurs more than anything. But yeah, the deck and I, we go way back. We've gone through so much, and it's without a doubt the strongest deck that I own. And the fact is, I'm more of a casual / rogue player than anything. So the fact that dinosaurs and I go so well together is quite surprising. It's one of the few decks from which I absolutely say, yeah, this is a deck for me. So, but without further ado, let's go into the deck profile, starting of course with the main deck. 3 copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor, of course, no, this is self-explanatory. It's the heart and soul of the deck, because it's a soul eating, got it? Yeah. But yeah, it's a fossil deck and Foolish Burial in one. It's your absolute playmaker, and it's the card you want to open with most often. It's really, absolutely one of the best dinosaur cards ever released. Followed, of course, with 3 copies of Miscellaneous Swords. Miscellaneous Swords is a hand trap, of course, which, if you know you're doing your main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and all your dinosaur monsters are unaffected by effects, activated effects, until the end of that main phase, and you can manage this card from the graveyard, along with a couple of other dinosaurs to special summon a monster with that level from your deck. I'm really glad that this card came back to 3, because this card is absolutely just powerful. It protects you against Ash, it protects you against Veiler, it protects you against Impermanence, it protects you against anything. So yeah, I'm so glad this card came back to 3. It was really necessary. Then 3 copies of Dino Wrestler Pancratops. Pancratops just outs anything on the first burn. You want to be going second with this deck more than anything, so you can special summon this card, pop it, and then, well, of course, you know what happens. Pancratops is just a great card in general, and one day I'll make an absolute pure Dino Wrestler deck. But Pancratops is so amazing, and I'm so glad it's so easy and accessible to get for everyone. Sure, you can get the rarity bump, but it's such a good card. I play it in almost so many other variants. I mean, there doesn't really need to be more to be said, because it's Pancratops. Pancratops is just great. So, and then we go to the Grand de la Creme, the boss monster, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, 2 copies of it. Why is it so great? Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is absolutely my favorite boss monster of all time. It's so versatile, and without a single hand, it absolutely won me the final duel of the tournament. It's been through me. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you can play a 3rd copy of this deck, and I've considered it, and I'm probably going to play a 3rd copy because it's just that good. And I feel like 2 is fine, but 3 is more of an insurance policy to make sure that you absolutely get it out, because this card is an absolute beast. It's absolutely the greatest. 1 Overtex Quadless. This is usually used to get your double evolution peel throughout, because actually its second effect is pretty good, in which you can summon it by shuffling 5 banished dinosaurs, which isn't really hard for you to do. I don't know why this doesn't happen more often, But yeah, I just played at 1 right now in this deck. I might bump it up to 2, but for now 1 is fine. 1 copy of Giant Rex because it's a level 4 and you can special summon it when it's balanced, which easily happens because of double infinite play and miscellaneous source. 1 Jurek Alo, it's just the tuner. And even a Glow Bulb. Now Glow Bulb was mostly used for Naturia Beast plays, but I never went into it, so I'm probably gonna take this card out for something else. It's for the Reprocess play with Naturia Beast, which is a really good play, but actually, now that I think about it, it's better in a Lost World Dinosaur variant than in a Shaddoll Dinosaur variant. So this card will probably be taken out, but it's still a fine card. But I never used it in the tournament. It never came up. I never even drew it. For the Shaddolls we play 1 Beast, 1 Dragon and 1 Valko. Now I see variants that only play a Beast and a Dragon. Valko isn't really necessary. And Valko honestly didn't really help me that much. Dragon and Beast I say are somewhat essential to the deck. Even Skumada, you could also add that. But Valko is honestly just a little tech choice that I thought maybe it would help me. But it never really came up. But these are literally the only Shaddolls that you need, and you set them off with Shaddoll Fusion to make your fusion monsters. Then we have hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Veiler. You can play Ghost Ogre too, but I feel like Veiler is still a lot more better in this deck because extra negations. Ash Blossom really helped me out a lot. I have Nibiru in the side deck, as you probably have seen, and that's what really... in one of the duels I just had Ash in Nibiru in hand going second, and it saved the games for me. It really did. So yeah. Plus, of course, their Evolution Pill targets. For the spells we play 3 copies of Fossil Dig, which is just essentially a better Rhoda, because it lets you add any dinosaur to your hand except for Bankrotops, Overdecks and all that stuff. It's just a better Rhoda. For the Shaddoll Fusion cards I have 2 fusions and 1 El Shaddoll Fusion. Now the thing is, I didn't play El Shaddoll Fusion in my deck then. A friend of mine loaned me a copy of Shaddoll Fusion because I only have 2 copies. But yeah, just take this out for an additional copy of Shaddoll Fusion. I don't have it, so I just played this. But you just play 3 Shaddoll Fusion, that's just the best option. 3 Call by the Grave. Hand traps really are a detriment to this deck, so 3 Call by the Graves is just an edge. This is likely the card that I play in almost every single deck because it's just that good. 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. The Double Evolution Pill you can also play it free, but I only have 2 and I don't want to sell the money for a third. But Double Evolution Pill is so good because just send any Shaddoll or any hand trap to the graveyard with a dinosaur and you can summon your big boss monster, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, or Overdecks, or Pancrotops, or whatever you want. It's just that good. It's essential for any dinosaur deck. Then we have 3 copies of Super Polymerization. Now, yeah, Super Polymerization main deck is something you don't really see quite often, but this card has won me games, like it literally has. In one game, when against Red Eyes Guard Dragon, my opponent really set up a board with like 2 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, the Xyz monster that burns, and I taught deck Super Poly and was like, yeah, that was a really nasty but very good top deck. So yeah, Super Polymerization. A lot of people are in debate of this card if it's fair. I say it's absolutely fair, especially right now, and I love it. I love it. I love Super Poly. It's absolutely. I'm so glad it's back. And then for a couple of one-up, we have a Foolish Burial, obviously, Raigeki because it's Raigeki, and Monster Reborn because it's Monster Reborn. So yeah, that was the main deck. Not really like the profile I saw from the one who topped in London, but it's still pretty alright and pretty budget because I don't really have money for things like extravagance and such things like that. So yeah. But we go on to the extra deck now. First we have 1 copy of Shekinaga, because Shekinaga is really easy to make. 1 Constrict, oh baby I'm so glad you're back. And 1 Winda. The one most common combo you would go for if you can is summon Winda and then a Conductor Tyranno and then just sit on it, because most decks can't really do much against that. These are very easy to make. Construct has saved me a game too. Shekinaga I don't really go into that often, but Shekinaga is pretty cool and it's pretty good, and you have plenty of Earth Monsters you can use to make it. For Super Poly Targets we have 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, because it's Starving Venom, I love Starving Venom, and Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Doesn't really do much honestly, but it's a Super Poly target that in many diverse decks can really put the brakes on your opponent, so it's absolutely a great card. For Synchros we have 1 Trishula. I think I only went into this once, but I think I played Trishula pretty on hand in almost like any dinosaur variant I have. I always pick Trishula. An interesting choice, Dino Wrestler Giga Spina Salvate. It's not easy to make, but it's pretty good effect. When it attacks, your opponent cannot activate spells or trap cards. And once put in, you can just destroy a card on the field. You can destroy a monster on the field. And that doesn't exclude you from an inning, because it can still attack and it's pretty alright. You don't really easily make it. But I thought for a level 8 it would be a fun cheeky tech card. And one Naturia Beast. I don't really go into this as much as I would have thought. It's the reason I play Globe. It's still a pretty good guard against Sky Strikers and everything of that sort. But I don't really have the resources to go into this like I do in Lost with Dinosaurs. So I might just take this out and put something else in. Like Chambara. Chambara would be probably a better option. For Xyz, one Lagia and one Dolka. Now these are pretty straightforward in the dinosaur variant, and these are the cards I most go into from the extra deck. I don't use the extra deck that much, but if I can, I go into these two because these cards are just so amazing. One Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is for decks such as Burning Abyss, other Shaddoll variants, Orcust, things like that. Abyss Dweller is such a great Xyz monster, and I try to put it into any side deck or monster or deck that I could, because it's such a good card against so many decks. And finally for the links, one Borsal Dragon, because it's Borsal Dragon, it's not the case. One Phoenix for spell and trap removal, because we can easily get rid of monsters, we can easily add monsters, but spell and trap cards are a problem. Pentasac is absolutely good because it's piercing damage, and one Repartus for Naturia Beast play, but like I said, that never came up. So. And now we also still have the side deck, to which I want to go over a little bit, but not too in depth. Two Nibiru, the primal being, it's Nibiru. Nibiru is probably, I've main decked it before, but I feel like side decking it's better. Because it really saved me games. Nibiru is just that good. It's absolutely great against spam heavy decks like Marinsa's Frog, for instance. Dark Ruin no more, another spell speed 4 that you can't really go up against. This is really good for if your opponent has problematic boards and you can't really do anything against it. Twin Twister for spell and trap card removal. Draw and Lockboard, don't really use this on much, but I thought I didn't really have much side options, so I thought, hey, this couldn't hurt. Beat Raptor. Now Beat Raptor is an interesting choice because it stops effects in the extra monster zone, but I never really used it. I thought it would be good as a main deck card, but I'm still not quite uncertain about its placement, but I thought, why not try it? Cosmic Cyclone for more spell and trap removal, and in the case I had to go up against all the guys, 3 copies of Red Reboot. So that was essentially the deck profile for you guys. So I really hope you all enjoyed that deck profile. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about it, and what is your highest placing in a tournament or locals or whatever that you've ever attained. Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, my apologies for uploading so late. I hope to upload a little bit more consistently, but yeah, unfortunately I was sick and couldn't really do much, but no, now it's here. Anyways, you guys, all the members in the Snake Dungeon, hope you are doing well. And just let me know in the comments down below your highest placing in any tournament, locals, or anything else that you've ever attained. So I hope to see you all guys all again very, very soon. This was Midas from T-Snack, and have a wonderful day.